What is happening, everybody? Broadcasting live out here in Laverne. Oh, Bobcat. It's dirt days. I don't know if they're going to let me drive one of these. Ken, did they let you drive one? Probably
Well,
not.
they wanted me to, but I wasn't there long enough. And that was probably a good idea because that would be a public safety violation.
I would say so. I'm excited. I'm going to do one of my breaks from one of these things. They're so cool. I don't even know what this one does. It digs stuff. I know that's got some. Oh, this is awesome. So we're going to be out here all day. They got food. Come on out here. Join us today. They've got all kinds of great deals going on. Chance for you to win some. Hello there. So there's just tons of stuff going on out here. And come down, say hi to us. They've got all kinds of snacks, but dealers are here, the whole 9 yards. It's packed out. So come on down, hang out with us today. And Joan, of course, she's out there. We're all over. Where were you today, Ken? Where'd they stick you?
I was at Bobcat of Wilson County, just north of Lebanon Road off Highway 109.
All right. Well, come on down and check us out. We're hanging out here all day. We're going to have some snacks. We're going to have fun. And we want to talk to people. You know what? We need more of that. You and I were talking before the show, Ken, because we ran into each other about, conversations. We're just not having conversations anymore.
Got to have them. Got to have conversations. We got to, emotions are going to run high, but, people have got to be able to express their opinions and do it in a way that is respectful. And we've got to stop this killing each other. We got to stop it.
It first of all, it doesn't help your agenda because what you just said is I can't beat you on ideas. And so because of that, I need to take you out. I don't like what you had to say. Because of that, I need to take you out, which advances nothing. And then what you have is, because I agree with Chris, and we've been talking about it. I felt like we passed something the other day. And, the Rubicon, whatever you want to call it, I felt like we stepped over it. And it is a scary situation because I do worry. I see the stuff that I know, the stuff I get. I know the stuff I get from a lot of people, and I'm fine with that. I don't care if you want to yell at me and stuff, but there are people out there that, they are so angry. And why are you angry? Because you didn't like this guy's voice? You didn't like what he said? Then again, beat him with your ideas. You don't like what he has to say? Then prove that your ideas are better. Have a conversation with him. Treat him and see him as a human being, no matter what side of the aisle you're on, or who you love, believe, whatever it is. Show them, this is who I am. What this kid did, that was not it. And the hate that he had for somebody you've never met and you had no idea. I was talking to my wife earlier. Jesus came, died for us, and he died for us, and it was about forgiveness. And when you hold stuff in your heart and you can't forgive people for whatever you think they've done to wrong you, that's on you. That is a burden that you're carrying that he died for. That is a burden that you're carrying that you don't need to carry, which isn't going to help you. It makes your life miserable. And I don't know why we are not having more honest conversations. Because we can't. Because we've allowed ourselves to be wrapped up in identity. Identity politics just isn't the DEI stuff. So many people out there, wherever you vote, you believe that, somebody challenges your beliefs or says, you know what, I think that's not true. Or you automatically take it as it's a slight to you. And that isn't real. That's not a way to live. First of all, we listen to our good friend Kylie, who is on White Woman Wednesday, tells us how horrible. We always joke about how do you live like that, right? Like, how do you live in that situation where you're always offended?
And if she ever comes on with us, we'll have that conversation with her.
Absolutely. I told you guys the other day, I go on and I tell everybody, because people will say horrible things about her because it's the internet, as we all know. And to do that, I don't agree with 99% of the things that she says. But she's got every damn right to say them. And on top of that, how dare you threaten her or say horrific things because you think you can? Because you're not combating her thoughts or opinions. You're just saying you're the worst person. I hope you're this. I hope you're that. That's not a way to win an argument. That's like because. Right? That's what my kids say. Because is not an answer. It's not. It is not an answer.
You don't have to look her up and you don't have to listen to her.
No. It's I tell, yesterday. So I was telling Belle after the show. So we had Afton on. Of course, everybody was pissed because she had a voice. And, my thing is, let her have her. You guys all know where she stands. You getting pissed isn't going to change anything. You know where she stands long before she came on. You want to hear a fight. I want to hear a conversation. That's it. Simple. They're all going to come on. I'm going to let them say their piece. Then you guys decide who you vote for if they're in your district. That's it. Period. You know, I said the same people that were pissed off because I didn't yell at her and she felt bad about it are the same people also who didn't care that I didn't scream at Scott Zabicki, who didn't care that I didn't go after Jody Barrett. No, because they're going to come on, and one of the things that's going on in our country that is such a hot mess, nobody listens. It's one thing to have an opinion, but if you're not going to listen to somebody else's opinion, that's where it goes wrong. Watching people scream over each other is, imagine, it's like fighting with your wife. Does that get you anywhere? Screaming and yell at each other? Probably not. Usually when everything calms down and you have a conversation, that's when things change. And we need more of that. We need just as much as we need the opportunity to have conversation. If you're not going to listen, it's not a conversation.
And that's what, that's what Charlie Kirk did. He encouraged conversation.
Yes. Oh, and I like debates. I like having conversations. I'm not here to and I always tell everybody, I don't go into a debate like that to win something.
Right.
No, I want to hear what you have to say. I want to know what you think. I want to know what your opinions are.
Yeah, but people expect you to be a surrogate for their anger.
Yeah. No, I'm not here for affirmation information. I want to give people a platform where they can have their say and get their message, whatever it is, if they're on the right or left. You know, we're going to have all these people on the right, on the left. You have to decide for yourself. You're going to do your homework. And don't listen. And I always tell everybody, go vote or don't vote. That's your choice. But I'm not going to be, again, you're not affirmation. I just want the truth. And if the truth hurts your side, no matter if you're on the right or left, that's a you problem. But you got to be willing to take stuff in and look at your neighbors as your neighbors. Look at your, we don't do that anymore. We look at people as red or blue, black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Muslim, Hindu, atheist.
You're on my team or you're not.
Yeah, that's it. And we're on your team, Bell. You know that.
I'm on Brother Bell's team.
Yeah, he's a good team. I mean, he can't walk right now because he hurt himself, but it's a good team. People are asking where you are, Bell.
I'm on injured reserve.
Yeah. If you guys don't know, Bell broke his foot, and he's going to wait till it falls off before he gets it checked.
Well, Brother Bell's just going to wait until it goes away.
Would you guys stop? You're like mother hens. I'm rubbing dirt on it. It'll be fine.
Yeah. How's that work? Remember when you were a kid? Was it Tessin? Got to rub that Tessin on it?
Well, Brother Bell, they're doing dirt days at Bobcat. You should go there and rub some dirt on it.
Maybe they can help me out.
Yeah.
See, I need to be out there, not at a doctor's.
Yeah. No. And you're right. Somebody said all Charlie was doing was having conversations. Yeah, he was. That's all he was doing. He was having conversations. Some people can't handle it. That's the problem. The reason the First Amendment is the first, and it's that one, because that's the one that takes the pressure off. That's the one that allows people to have their voice, to be who they are, to express themselves. When you get rid of that, and that isn't working, right, because somebody, a government overreaches and wants to, that's when things go sideways. Some people, this kid, and we'll get into him a little bit later, he didn't kill himself, which is good. He didn't die in a blaze of glory, which is good. Because now we get another sneak peek into why. Why? What happened? What happened in your life for the last 2 years where you became so political, but so full of hate that you sat there and thought, I need to kill somebody who I disagree with, having never met him, having never done anything where you were closely related, even probably said hi, maybe even went to one debate, if any. But this was your thought. Because you didn't like what somebody said. That is the worst.
It kind of strikes me that this kid, Tyler Robinson, I think he's the same age as Matthew Crooks, who was the Butler, Pennsylvania shooter.
Yeah.
And
I think he was.
These are, they're like 20-something. They're 22 years old. And, I understand why they had to take Crooks out. I understand fully. But we really don't know much about that kid.
We know nothing about him. We know no more about him than the day it happened.
I find that odd.
I completely find that odd. I mean, what 22-year-old doesn't even have a Facebook, an Instagram, a nothing?
Right.
I mean, it was almost like he was grown in a lab to do something. Because
and I've not heard anything about any social media footprint from this Robinson kid either.
No, but his buddies, his buddy realized that there was something going on, and then the dad. Could you imagine being the dad where you confront your child and said, "Did you do this heinous act?"
Brother, I cannot. I can't imagine that.
Did you do that? I mean, I was sitting there today thinking, looking at your child, asking, "Did you do this thing?" And first of all, you're a cop. What, 27 years? You've been a law enforcement officer. Your wife, his mom, she works with disabled people. You think you've done all, you've raised it all, and you did what, son? You committed a heinous act where you took another human being's life because you did not like the conversation or the things that he said. Rather than combat it, you decided to shut him up. And having to do that, and then having to take your son into the same place that you work because of what he did. I couldn't even, that right there is insane.
Yeah, I don't ever want to have that conversation.
No. I mean, I had a conversation with my son the other day about him riding his bike. I'm like, dude, you got to listen to your mom, right? You can't ride around without your helmet. First of all, you fall way too much. But it's that kind of conversation. I couldn't even imagine that.
Yeah.
And having to confront your son and coming to the realization that you raised somebody who was capable of that.
Yeah, this kid lived 300 miles away.
Yeah.
From Utah Valley University.
Yeah.
He just planned it, I guess.
Well, that's what I'm thinking too. I mean, it feels like there was an actual thought that went into this that was more than just the night before I'm going to go do something.
He knew how to get up there, and then he knew how to get down.
And he had a plan for what he was going to do with the gun and where he was going to take this and what he was going to do. That right there shows me that this was full intent to do something that was heinous.
Well, and then that report from Pierre Thomas that I played there at the top, Apparently he was pushing back against his father's recommendation that he turn himself in. And the father then had to start killing time, somehow was able to notify the U.S. Marshals, and had to somehow keep his son there to allow the Marshals time to get there.
Yeah.
And, I mean, what's going through that father's mind?
And you know what? Even today, the Spencer Cox, he thanked the family and the friends for doing the right thing.
Right.
And for being a part of this, which, as he said, had to be just so hard to do, knowing that your son is not only, first of all, your son is a pariah for a vast majority of people, even people that didn't like a lot of what Charlie, not the crazy people out there, but the people out there that didn't like what Charlie said. They look at this and said, this is not a way to solve things. Because everybody knows, like anything, one thing like this that happens, there's a pushback, and that's my fear. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. We're out here. It is dirt days, all kinds of dirt. I'm going to go get some dirt in a minute. I'm very excited. And we'll see if they're going to let me drive some a little bit later. Yeah, this will be good. So I would suggest everybody in the room probably leave when that happens, because I may be coming. Reach out to us across all of our social media. We got more of this, a bunch of other stuff going on today, too. We've got some fun stuff as well. It is the Chad Benson Show. Super Talk 99.7. Yeah, I am. Thank you very much. Belle whispered in my ear, "You're hot." Okay, so we're going to have...
Stop telling me what I already know.
I know, right? It's the legs, man. It's the legs. Ken and I wear shorts. That's who we are. That's what we do. You need to deal with it.
Shorts until December.
Amen. Shorts forever, Ken. We're inside all day, brother.
Yeah, well, I do have to get out of my Hyundai and walk into the building.
You know what? I was a funny story about so when I'm a kid from California. I'm from LA and from Long Beach. I surfed and played soccer my whole life. I don't wear pants. Those are leg prisons. And I was in England, and it was freezing and it was snowing, and I'm on the underground, and there is a couple across from me, and they're like super emo, and she's got like nose rings that are chained, and they go down to her nipply-doos, and then they go over to the guys. It's so hilarious, right? Like it's something out of one of those weird movies, and I was laughing. I'm sitting there in shorts, and there's a guy next to them, and he looks at them, and he looks at me and goes, "He's wearing shorts." But they said, and I said, "Hey, I spend 90% of my time indoors."
Yeah.
Right?
Man, whenever I lived in Boise, man, the native Idahoans, they freaking loved winter. I mean, because they grew up there.
Yeah.
I mean, it was nothing to them. Winter was like their summer. I mean, and those people, they wore shorts year round, even whenever it was like 4 degrees.
Wow. Well, there's a reason for that, man, because they love to go out and ski. They're outdoorsy
love
folk.
Skiing, yes.
You and I aren't as outdoorsy as we'd like to make ourselves believe.
Oh, I love to get outdoors.
Besides shooting turtles in somebody's backyard, dude, you're not as outdoorsy as you think.
But I'm not going to wear shorts in 4-degree weather.
Oh, I would. Because my legs are so good, man.
No, because you're crazy.
Well, and because, but I'm only out. Well, you know what? Part of it, too, is because when I played soccer, I mean, I was playing in minus 5, 10 degrees all the time. There's no stopping that.
Yeah.
That was my job. So we got a ton of stuff to talk about, and a lot of you guys are chiming in about, what happened and how did this happen. I think that's that's one of the things that's not being, I think, answered enough. Where did this guy snap? Because his grades are up. You seem to be great. His family loved him. He's got little brothers. They seem to be happy. Somewhere along the line, this kid took a path that, ended up costing Charlie his life and ended up ruining this kid's life, and, maybe helped us, unfortunately, cross the Rubicon, as they say, and jump the shark. I don't know. But we have to have a serious conversation about that. Where are these kids doing it? It's not just always at college. And it's a lot of it's online too. And there was something that the governor said today I want to talk about as well, about how he feels about social media. But you know what? I think he's missing the point on that. So we got that. We're out here. It is Dirt Days. We are out here, and we're in Laverne, and it is gorgeous out here. They got food. I'm getting ready to eat a hot dog. We're going to talk to their manager in a minute about all the stuff. We're going to find out what she's going to let me drive or not drive. And I want to find out where is the mower I'm going to win, because it's not a drive mower, guys, but it's huge. I've seen it. It's big. Huh? It's a zero turn. It's from Kirby. He knows. That's the kind of thing, maybe zero turning. That's what we need. I don't know if I need it for my apartment, but it is what it is. We're out here. Dirt Days. Bobcat, come out, hang out with us. We got lunch. We got food, all kinds of good stuff. We're going to be here till 3 o'clock. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 997. We're out here. It's Dirt Days. Bobcat. Brooks is with us. All right, brother. So we are, Bobcat. Laverne, come on down. We're going to be here. They've got lunch. Everybody's eating ice cream, like their 12th thing of ice cream. I'm having a hot dog. Talk to me about what's going on here. Which one do I get to drive?
Any of them, man. Any of them. 20% off all rentals. We're giving away one of 2 walk-behind mowers, the 7000 series WB 7000. Come in. You have to be here to scan. We're giving that away sometime today. You can win one of 2. We're doing demos. The operator skill competitions out on the side here.
What is we were trying to figure out, what's that? What's the operator skill? So Ken and I were saying we could probably drive this thing, but we're pretending we can. What is the operator skills?
Everybody thinks they have the best operator. Everybody. So bring your best guy down here. We got 3 cones set up. Just basically grabbing small objects and seeing if you have the skills to pick it up and put it back down. You got to be gentle with it.
Because we've seen those things with the forklifts. Have you seen them in Europe? And they have you're up at 2 a.m. You're like, I should probably bet on this. And then that guy's got the penny or whatever it is, and he puts it on something, and he brings it back, and he picks it up. So that's kind of what it is.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Oh, that's awesome. So you can win stuff. The mower, right? So it's what is it? No turn? Is that what it is?
Walk behind.
Walk behind.
Yes, sir. Walk behind commercial grade. So it's very small, but it's in those guys that are commercialized. They need them to get up on those hills. very tight spaces and stuff like that. So
that is awesome. Yeah. And so it's going on all day. Come on out here. You guys have a chance to, they've got food, which is, first of all, it's a winner right there. I mean, am I right, guys? It's food. It's food. Woo! Food, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Snacks galore and so much more. That guy over there, and he said that out loud, and you probably didn't hear it, but it didn't matter. And then you come over here and you scan that, and then we win a walk behind mower, one of two. It's WB 7000. It's one of my favorite ones, Ken. I just want you to know that. Never had one of those before, but this is so cool, and I can't. So how hard is it to drive one? Let's be honest. What is this thing?
This is a E10 mini excavator.
Okay,
so smallest model that we make.
So it's for the little people.
The tracks move in and out. So if you have to get in somebody's backyard, it'll go down to, I believe, 39 inches. So typical houses these days are 4 feet, the gate.
Okay.
So you can get in between that. Then when you get in that backyard, you can get it back out for more stability. So
there you go. See?
Yep.
So is this what we're going to drive me around on today?
I could teach you how to do it in 2 minutes.
Ooh. See, now you say that, but then no. But we're going to do it. But, 2 minutes, that'd be –
Absolutely.
Then I can go do the demo thing. This is going to be awesome.
Sir.
This is going to be so awesome. So come on down. Anything else you want to tell us about how awesome it is here?
No, sir. That's it. Come on down and see us. We got 2 salesmen that are working out of this branch right now. It's Brooks Goodson and Matt Vipon. So come in, ask for one of us.
You're Brooks?
Yes, sir. That's
okay.
me.
There you go. Come hang out with Brooks. Who's the other? Do you get like a bonus if you sell some more stuff?
Maybe.
Well, Brooks is it. The other guy didn't want to come on. Brooks is it. So come on down here. And you're here all day?
Yes, sir. All day long.
All right. Come get some snacks. Come have some fun. Appreciate you coming on, man. We'll talk to you guys a little bit later. Back at it. We were talking earlier about, a lot of you texting about the with Charlie about the having conversations. A lot of you are saying, yeah. And we need to have conversations, but the listening part of stuff is so important. And I don't think people realize that. They don't understand. You have to hear. And guys, you know this. Right? You ever been on a date? Right? So you're going out on a date, and maybe some of you haven't, but, but some of you have, and you go out on a date. And if you spend all night talking, you ain't winning that date. If you spend asking a question and listening, you win. We need more questions, more curiosity, less hate, which is hard. And the governor of today, Spencer Cox, he said, he's starting to blame social media. Social media didn't do this. It makes things worse like a fire, but it's only serving what you're asking for, right? If you went on my TikTok right now, yeah, you'd find the Chinese. We get that. But beside that, I have been watching silly, funny animal videos of a thing called a hyrax, which is this little – Belle and I have been laughing about it. It's this weird little animal that this guy has, and it is hilarious. But the minute you click on something else that is – it's like a genie. It's out of the bottle. So you click on it, and – it's going to feed you a little something else. Oh, you clicked on that. It's going to feed you something else. It's going to feed you more. These things are all just what it's people kill people, right? Not guns. It's the same thing with this. If you use it in the right way, you're going to get the things you want. But if you're angry and pissed and you only want to see certain things that either affirm you, well, that stuff is going to make you angry. Because what affirms? It's like when I hear people talk all the time, why aren't they covering the story? Why do you care if they're covering the story? You know that you're following the story, so you must have heard it somewhere. And we were talking about the other day, Ken, the story of the young lady that was killed in North Carolina. There was no video, so it was just a story that was somebody got stabbed on a train. That was it. Then the video came out. Then everybody else wanted the story to be big and all of these things because we weren't going to pity. Why isn't the New York Times saying anything? Why isn't the Washington Post saying anything? Why aren't these things happening? He was born in North Carolina. Yes, so, why aren't they covering the story? Because it wasn't a story up until then, and they were covering it at the local level. You want them to cover it because you want it to be a story about something that you feel that the left should pay for, the right should pay for. Why aren't they talking more about what happened to those Minnesota Congress people that, the state level that got shot? Why isn't the right talking about that? Why do they care about what you care about in your own lane? Focus on the things in your own lane. You don't care about the like the Washington Post or the New York. You want them to cover it, but you don't read it. You want them to cover it. You don't watch MSNBC. You wouldn't even hear. MSNBC wouldn't exist if it wasn't for influencers and for radio people. That's the only reason it exists. CNN's the same way. You're not watching that stuff because it would make you angry, but you want to hear those parts. Right? You're watching Fox or Newsmax, and if you're on the left, you're watching MSNBC, and you're probably the only one, but you're out there, and that's all you're doing. You want people to cover certain things based on your belief, and you want them to almost say, look, we're sorry this happened. It was your team was right this time. And we got to get back to having conversations in this country. It's one of the reasons, when I do the show, several people have come up today and said, I like listening to you because you have fun. Yeah, we do, because we talk about life. We talk about everything. We talk about our families, and we talk about the craziness that goes on out there with, just the absurdity of all kinds of things. Why we have White Woman Wednesday, and we do One Hit Wonder Wednesday. I've had several people come up here, mad at Bell mostly, that he picks the worst songs. But what was your song this week? I didn't get to hear. Because that's life. That is life. Life is all of those things. And we have too many people that are, that are young and angry, who are sitting around stewing on stuff, looking for the worst thing, grabbing stuff out of context. And we have too many people on the other end of the spectrum who are watching television, looking to be angry already and grabbing things out of context. And it's frustrating.
Look at that, man. I was in Charlotte, North Carolina for 40 years.
There you go. That's Colorado. That's no. There you go.
7 years.
There we go. We got a guy here.
I got out of Colorado, and here I come to
Yes.
Nashville. It's just as bad. You know what I'm saying?
So, but see, so having conversation is great, and he was having a conversation with me. We're on the radio. Doesn't understand that, but it's all good. I want us to get back to a place where we see each other. We don't have to agree at all. And that wouldn't be fun, by the way. If everybody agrees with everybody else, that's called a cult. Right? And you know what happens with cults? People drink Kool-Aids, and then people neuter themselves so they can go eventually drink more Kool-Aid and fly with a comet. We need conversation. That's what we need. Speaking of comet, guys, have you guys seen the latest on that comet? It is closer every single day. It's now changed colors. And if you guys are not paying attention, for all this divide, you wonder what might change? Aliens. I think aliens show up. I think all bets are off. I think that's when we look and go, I think that's uncomfortable that happened. But so if you've not seen it is the Atlas. It's coming here. I think it was the A3 Atlas, and they can't figure out what it is. NASA's not sure. It is glowing. It has changed colors. It is moving, and it now has little things moving with it that are not. It's interesting. And I do think that would bring a whole new level of stuff to us if we saw that there were aliens. I wonder. Okay, let me ask you, and Bella, maybe you can chime in on this too. If you found out there was something else, what do you think would happen? What do you think the average person would do?
If I found out what now?
So let's say aliens were real, like they show up here
Right.
the whole 9 years. What do you think the average person would do?
I don't think you're going to be able to pull an average out of that, to be honest. I think you're going to have as many reactions to that as you would personalities. I think there'll be a large degree of shock, but after the shock wears off, that's when you're going to see people's real feelings come out.
Because I do, it's always been that sense that, one of the reasons that we've hid as much is because religious people couldn't handle if there were aliens or this, that, and the other. I'm like, no, that's not true. I mean, for some, but they can't, some people just can't handle anything. It doesn't matter. So, but I do wonder what happens at that point when they say, hey, we don't want to tell you guys this, but we're going to have to now because we can't keep it from you guys because, how does the average person, what do they think? Because so many people, they don't believe, and then all of a sudden if we would hear, and some people, some people, they could be taken on a ship and taken somewhere else, and they still wouldn't believe it's happening. They still wouldn't believe it happened. But I just, I've been following this thing, and if you guys don't know what it is, so this Atlas thing is it's been coming for a while, and it is massive. And when you hear people that are talking about it, that this is what they do, astrophysicists, then they'll ask them, what do you think it is? And they're like, it's a comet, right? They're like, if you want it to be a comet, it could be a comet, because they really can't explain it. It's got lights. Those lights have changed colors now. It is slowed down. It is sped up. It is moved in ways that comets don't do. They don't move that way. And it is also smooth. Comets aren't smooth. So we're going to find out. It's supposed to be here sooner rather than later, and some people are saying it's going to be here on Halloween. So that may be War of the Worlds-esque. So be prepared for that. Absolutely. A lot of stuff still to come. We got some of your text messages as well. You can reach out to us across all the social media. You can hit me up at Chad Benson Show. We got the text line. Bell, what's the text number, please?
615-737-9986.
There you go. So reach out to us. Talk to us. Love hearing you. We're down here. It's Dirt Days. We're out here on Laverne and here at Bobcat. So come on out. Food, great discounts, chance to win a walk-behind mower as well. We look forward to seeing you out here. We're going to be here till 3 o'clock. It is Chad Benson Show. Super Talk 99.7. Okay. I am hot. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate that, Bill. So we're out here. Dirt Days, baby. Dirt Days are going on. Come on out here. Chance to win a mower, which is awesome. We're going to be here. We're in Laverne. We're going to be here till 3 o'clock today. They've got lots of food. They've got events. I'm going to try to learn how to drive one of these things. I got Brooks over there who's going to teach me. Everybody's laughing, but I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you that I can't do it, but I'm going to try. See? Sometimes you got to step out of your comfort zone. There's a beauty of it. Stepping out of your comfort zone. A lot of you texting in about the media and, why you think it's important that the other media outlets cover stuff. Know this. All media outlets have agendas now. Nobody's hiding anything. They're not. They're not going to cover stuff the same way because they've decided this is the audience I'm serving. These are my customers. And it may piss you off. It may piss you off, and I understand that. But everybody's got their agendas now. This is what we have in the media. Because that's what it is. The establishment media, whatever you want to call it, they're liberal. 90% of those rooms are liberal. So you think about it, you get 100 people in there. Probably in a place like the Post or New York Times, it's probably 99%. So they're going to cover the things that they want to cover, the way that they want to cover it. And it sucks that that's the fragmented world we have, but this is what we have. Fox is going to cover things a much different way than the New York Times is going to cover it, than CNN, than the likes of MSNBC are going to cover things, or MS Now, whatever the hell it's called. They're all going to cover things to fit an audience that they're serving. It's their customers, right? You want a pizza and they give you a hot dog. You didn't get what you wanted. You're going to go somewhere else. Coming up, hour number 2 of the program. If you're missing the show, we always say, shame on you. Make sure you grab the podcast. Ken's got the latest on everything. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7.